This is actually really cool. You know, we all grow up and sort of take our relatives for granted. And as we age, they age. And one day you wake up and you look back and you say, oh, I wish I had those stories. I wish I knew what it was like for grandma growing up in Coney Island. I wish I knew what it was like during the war. I wish I had asked these questions. Well, Storyworth Memoirs helps you capture all of your relatives' stories. Each week, Storyworth emails a loved one a memory-provoking question that you get to choose. Questions like, what were your favorite toys as a child? What are you most proud of? I know for Sierra and Ethan, I want them to have as much information on their grandparents as possible as they get older. These stories are like living with your own real-life curated museum of just your family memories. All your loved ones need to do is respond to the email that you send with a story. They can write the story over email or record it over the phone for Storyworth to transcribe. It is so easy, you guys. After a year, Storyworth compiles your loved one's stories and photos into a beautiful keepsake hardcover book. Photos are printed in vibrant color. It is a treasure and you will love it. They've printed over 1 million books and preserved over 35 million family stories. Give your loved ones a unique keepsake you'll all cherish for years. Storyworth Memoirs. Right now, save $10 or more during their holiday sale when you go to storyworth.com/Iliza. That's storyworth.com/Iliza to save $10 or more on your order. You know what no one talks about is how easy it is to sacrifice nutrition for convenience. How many times have you been starving and you just grabbed some junk food because you're like, well, I just need something, at least it has peanuts, right? Or you've eaten just like a bunch of broccoli or raw vegetables and you're like, well, I'm not satisfied. That felt weird. I've been drinking Kachava and I will be honest, I was skeptical because most smoothies that you make yourself have disgusting ingredients, hidden sugars, or honestly just kind of taste like weird space ice cream. What I like about Kachava is it's great for your digestion, right? They've got fiber, probiotics, and enzymes. It supports all-day energy with vitamins and minerals, and it supports my immunity system with vitamin C, zinc, and probiotics. I make Kachava in all different ways. I love the vanilla. Sometimes I put it in a blender with ice. Sometimes I just add cold water. Sometimes I throw a banana in there. I've even added my iced coffee for a little extra kick. A fantastic way to nourish your body is by adding more plant-based protein. And with Kachava, you get 25 grams. And it comes in 6 indulgent flavors: chocolate, my favorite vanilla, chai, matcha, coconut acai, and strawberry. With every 2 scoops of Kachava, you get 85 plus superfoods, nutrients, and plant-based ingredients. No artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, and it doesn't give you that weird science experiment aftertaste. Try Kachava risk-free with their Love It guarantee, and you can check out the thousands of rave reviews online if you love it. Shop now through December 2nd to get 30% off your first purchase of 2 or more bags. Go to kachava.com and use code Iliza, valid for new customers. That's 30% off your first order for a limited time at kachava.com, code Iliza. It's a gamble when you step outside with your personal belongings. Purses get snatched, things get stolen, especially when you're traveling. You cannot afford to have your bag taken. Well, ladies, meet the smartest, most stylish anti-theft handbags around. Rachel Bloom makes luxury smart bags with fingerprint locks, GPS tracking, distance alarms, and cut-resistant materials. They are sleek, secure, and they are gorgeous, well-crafted handbags. And now I've arranged a special offer for Ask Iliza Anything listeners to get 20% off with code Iliza at rachelbloom.com/Iliza, because safety is sexy and smart.
Lemonada.
Ask me, ask Iliza anything. It's time to ask. Ask me all your questions. Leave them in the Instagram section. Leave them on your Twitter or leave them on your Facebook. We'll see them, we'll read them, then we'll give you answers. You know it, I've got it. I've got the answer, you ask me. I'll tell you anything.
Is the greatest Thanksgiving hack of all time. This sounds like an ad. This is a podcast. Is the greatest Thanksgiving hack of all time going to just a restaurant and letting someone else do the cooking because the point is to be together?
That's my dad this year was like, should we do a restaurant next year?
If it's just the 4 of you.
To be fair, he does all the cooking.
I would find no joy in cooking for just a few people. I think it's got to go big. or leave the home. And so we went to San Gabriel Valley. It is this weird white millennial source of pride to be like, and we were the only white family there at a full Chinese restaurant. But to me, which means that you picked the right way. Like you picked the good Chinese food. The best feeling in the world is leaving a restaurant, any restaurant, and seeing a huge line of people because you beat the rush. And I guess like a lot of people like didn't get the memo about Thanksgiving because they came at like 6 o'clock. And I was like, you're coming 6 o'clock on Thanksgiving and you think you're going to get right in? Have fun waiting 2 hours.
Yeah, that's wild.
We ate at 4. And, turns out you can have rice at almost any type of restaurant. We didn't need to go to a Chinese restaurant because that's all my daughter ate. But we ordered like kings. And I can't say that I was like dying to eat the leftovers, a lot of fried stuff, but it was Henry's Cuisine in Alhambra. Tasty lobster.
Henry's Cuisine feels so covert. Like we don't want you to know what it is we sell here.
Oh, it feels very Chinese to me. And maybe it's because like outside it has like a big prawn statue and Henry feels like it could be a Chinese name. But the lobster was outstanding. And yeah, beating that rush and then just gliding home, no traffic. Felt great. We never went around and said we were thankful for, but it was too chaotic with 2 little kids. And then mommy spilled a whole glass of water. That was me.
Hey, water, if you're going to spill something.
It was that moment where you're like, do I torch my whole life and freak out? And I was like, you know what? I spilled it. And that was it. Just like, it was like a death by 1,000 paper cuts, like lots of little things. Just like, I'm really tired at the end of this. And nobody helps. That's the thing. Like
when you
your
spill?
relatives, my mom and my stepdad came to visit. So did my brother. And like, it would be like, hey, can you just make sure that they don't die for 5 minutes? The kids while I go in the other room. But like, no one was like, I'll change a diaper. Oh, you guys bought Thanksgiving. Oh, no one was like, oh, I'll feed Ethan. Because nobody wants to do the hard shit. And I get that. But like, come on now.
Did you show off any of their song or any of their song and responses that we talked about in the Patreon?
Just the one. I did a set one of the nights and I'm working on this whole bit about how America actually hates mothers. And I hear a guy go like, whoa. And I really do think people hate mothers. I really think the idea that I would want someone to help me with my children ever, the knee-jerk reaction is like, well, then you shouldn't have had them if you can't figure out every second. A mom at an airport struggling, well, you should have thought about that before you brought your children. I'm like, this baby might grow up to be the doctor that saves your fucking life. Takes a village. I think there's this weird thing where some moms ask too much of society and some people give too little. And in the middle are people like me. They're like, could you just, like, I feel like I went through customs in New Zealand once and a customs officer was like, do you want me to hold your daughter? And I was like, yeah, that would be great for 13 seconds. And I won't sue you because I thought you touched her weird. I think in America, we're too precious about having things the way that we need them. And people don't offer to help because then you get the moms that are like, I've got it. But like every once in a while, sure would be nice if somebody just like, was like, oh, I'll take Ethan in the other room for a half hour so you can do literally anything else.
If I came to your house and I was like, hey, can I take Ethan? Would you be surprised, confused?
Take him where? Take him where? What do you intend to do with him? Take him where?
I'm going to go teach him a trick in the yard.
I think that they're...
Take him out back.
You have the extreme right and you have the extreme left. And on the extreme left, you have women and it's like a political statement. I'm not having children. I'm single by choice. I have no kids by choice. I hate that parents bring their kids to a restaurant. And then on the extreme right, you have to have a baby. You have no choice but to have a baby. You are your husband. You are your king's servant. And somewhere in the middle are the normal people that are like, you could just give me a hand for a second. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Without babies, there is no future. There are no doctors. There is no medicine. There is no science.
Children of men.
Children of men in medicine. Anyway, how was your Thanksgiving?
Good. My parents had a friend come over who is from Canada, who is lovely. He's a nice guy. So it was kind of nice to have, not a buffer, but I see my parents all the time. So it's kind of nice to have someone telling new stories.
Here's a question.
Saying new things. Yeah.
New things are always welcome. If you think someone is part Native American, if they have the look, do you say Happy Thanksgiving?
I think I would say it to anyone, unfortunately.
See, that's interesting because like we have curbed saying Merry Christmas. And I
Yeah.
do want to say, people are like, there's a war on Christmas. It's not from the Jews. So I'm like, who's this war coming from? Like, I think we should all be able to say Merry Christmas. And if that offends you, get the fuck out. Just say Happy Holidays back. But I had some fans come and I could tell they were Native American.
Yeah.
And I didn't say Happy Thanksgiving because it felt like a little pointed. And I just didn't say it.
It is interesting because Thanksgiving is like not a religious holiday. It's an American holiday, but rooted in like the worst parts of America. So you're right, because we've gotten rid of Columbus Day. It's Indigenous Peoples Day. I mean, if they wanted
Columbus
to
Day to some indigenous. I'm just saying, like, there you have a choice to say which one you want.
Yeah.
Just this like mandate that everyone curb things. And as someone who is of one minority, like I put up with people's ignorance all day, every day. I just wonder the war on Christmas thing. I'm wondering where that's coming from.
I guess it's just from atheists. I mean, if somebody gave me a new word, if they were like, instead of Thanksgiving, it's now Turkey Pride Day, I'd be like, okay, sure.
Okay.
Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, I don't care.
If you're vegan, like, are you offended? Because like, if someone says Happy Easter to me,
vegans are always offended. Sorry, vegans.
True. If somebody says Happy Easter to me,
yeah,
I don't get offended. I'm just like, thanks.
Yeah, because I think right now I think of Easter and I think of egg hunts and bunnies. I don't think of the Jesus-y part. So somebody saying Happy Easter, I'm like, yeah, eggs and bunnies, cool. So it's not loaded to me at all. So great, say it.
I just think we live in a society where personal opinions have become facts, and it's like if somebody says Happy Halloween and you don't believe in Satan as your Almighty God, then just don't say it back.
But should I be saying, but you're talking about, okay, if it was a Native American, you thought someone's Native American, you're not going to say Happy Thanksgiving. Like, I don't see someone go like, I think they're Jewish. Happy Passover.
You can tell. And I will say this, that I just based on where I was like, there's a chance that they are. And in the moment, it occurred to me to make the decision to not. So I just chose not to because it took away nothing.
Right. I think that's thoughtful. I think those little tweaks that you were kind of like, might this offend? Okay, I won't say it. Great. Easy. Done. But if you also said it, it wouldn't be a big deal. But it's nice that you didn't.
I would think not. Sure. But I also like for sure had a couple at the meet and greet, and they were definitely on a sexual spectrum that I'm not. And it was definitely two women. But one of them, like they looked like women, but one was extremely masculine, like butch. And I was like, bye, ladies. And then I was like, I bet she doesn't want to be called. She didn't say anything, but part of me was just like, I think it's clear that she's a dude. Ah, fuck.
That's the one that's still tough. I'll hear like older people, like not my dad, but I'll hear people say like a ma'am. And I'm like, I know, I don't know. I think if everybody's in good faith, unless you're a monster, you're not going to get that mad.
If I said bye, ladies, and you identify as a man and you're like, I'm a guy, I'd be like, bye, guy. Like I would just change it. Like, you don't have to receive it. I could just, or nothing. It's good to think about these things, but I also think this thing where you like flog yourself mentally and you lose your mind at other people. The amount of questions I've been asked, and I also want to talk less about Judaism on this podcast because I think it's like enough already, but it is sort of PTSD and mental scarring that I'm working through post October 7th. The amount of questions I get about being Jewish that are not offensive, they're just like rooted in ignorance or you just straight up didn't know. And I'm never like, how dare you? I'm just like, oh, well, here's the answer. I don't want you to feel bad.
I think it's similar to that kind of like white savior thing of some people create more, some very liberal people, probably me included, create more problems by overthinking it than just like going with the flow. And if somebody has a problem, they'll let you know. I think we underestimate people's ability to advocate for themselves. Yeah.
Well, that's for sure. There's that. But like, I think about that one question we had on the podcast where it's like, I'm going to a Jewish person's house. What should I get them? It's like, no one's thinking about it. You can just get them a regular gift for a regular person.
Right. It is interesting when it's like, okay, now you're thinking about it too much.
Well,
so at what point is that now as offensive? Because you're othering by trying to include your othering. I don't know. I think we're doing our best.
The answer is what has been intended was created is that if you're white, you feel really, really bad about that. And you spend all of your mental energy trying to make sure everyone is okay with that. When the truth is most people are like drowning in debt and just trying to like get dinner.
Yeah, I think we put a lot of that on. People put that on themselves. Same with the like war on Christmas. It's like, nobody really is. You're taking all these things to heart or offensively that aren't actually even targeted at you. And how miserable and exhausting must that be?
I think women internalize these things more. I think for white liberal women are just like, I've got to take this on. And it's like, you know who's frolicking like zero fucks given? Just like men. Just like, well, said it, didn't mean it, move on.
Do you want to hear maybe my most offensive opinion about Jewish women?
Yeah, I do.
I think some women are amped to be Jewish so that they have a way that they're being discriminated against. I think some white women are like, give me a little bit of that. It's hard for me too. I don't think it's everybody, but I think there are some people who relish in it. Like, I'm a gorgeous white woman, and guess what? You wouldn't know it, but I'm a minority too.
Interesting. You know what? If you're thinking it, what's that porn rule?
Oh, if you think it exists. Well, it's like people who sometimes I'm like, are you the people on Catfish who used to always be lesbians? And I'm like, are you a lesbian because you can get a girl easier? You know what I mean? Like we're
okay. While what you're saying, like there have to be people that are like, now I get to do this. I do think that type of behavior, I think for the bulk of Jews, it's not, I think when people make an issue out of their thing and they want special treatment, right? Like, I'm actually a quarter Cherokee. I'm 1/15 Irish. My great-great-grandfather was part Mexican. What you're wanting is special treatment. Yeah. What you're wanting is to be handled. I do think that for Jews, because we are coded as white, I do think what we actually want is like, could you just leave us alone? I actually don't want anything special. I literally just don't want to be shot walking into my synagogue. So I do think it's about achieving the normalcy stasis that is then threatened when this kind of stuff happens, because it rears its head. It's not like you are of color, so you walk around and people treat you in a racist way. It is that thing where you're like, so I get to just live my life normally, and every once in a while, this like raging anti-Semitism like pops its head out, and all of a sudden I'm nothing. I would just like to go back to regular.
I'm glad that the Wayans brothers are making another movie, because I think White Chicks, there's not enough movies like White Chicks where I'm like, I want to laugh at me. I want to laugh at the scene where they're like, I'm a white woman, so I'm going to write a letter. As someone who wrote a letter to Purina last night, I love writing a letter. And I like that kind of I think it's a very clever like takedown. I'm like, yes, bring back that kind of, don't be scared to make fun of people.
Well, also because it doesn't hurt. That's the other thing.
But there's no bite to it.
It doesn't hurt. There's no bite. Like of course you write a letter. And it also presupposes that a Black woman wouldn't write a letter. She might, but it is a very sort of not antiquated, but like my mother would be like, write a letter. My mom writes letters.
Yeah.
It's a great way to be heard without having to put anything on the line, because it's not going to write you back and know where you live.
Right.
Now that we've solved everything.
We've solved it. I know people love when two cis white women discuss the state of the world.
Well, people would say I'm white passing, not white.
How true.
I'm Jewish.
I'm the whitest person on this podcast.
And you hate it.
World.
You don't like being white. You love to shit on your own group, which is what,
because I think it's fun. Like white chicks. I think it's fun. I think it's funny because there's no bite to it.
How come in White Chicks, no one's like, wow, you are the ugliest women I've ever seen?
Do you remember?
Like, why does your skin look like that?
I think Tyra did white face once in addition to doing fat face. But yeah, they looked unhinged. They looked so scary.
You know what Tyra Banks' problem is? She's too smart for her own good.
Her hot ice cream, have we discussed that on this podcast? I can't.
I saw that.
I want to go to Australia and have some of her hot ice cream where she's like, it's not hot chocolate, it's hot ice cream and it's different. Like, I need to know.
You know what? It's eggnog.
I need to touch it. Is it like drinking chocolate? I need to get some. And then
it is hot chocolate.
Their power
the fact
went
that
out.
She has to say it's not hot chocolate means it's hot chocolate.
But their power went out and they like lost a bunch. So they're like, okay, we lost a bunch in the great hot ice cream disaster. So we're rolling out all our new flavors now.
Why does she have to go to Australia to do this?
That's what I want to know. What are the FDA regulations on the hot ice cream? Let me in there. Tyra, I want to try the hot ice cream.
All right, do a Google deep dive. And if anybody's interested in another deep dive, my husband's gift guide this year, I published mine, my Keep Calm and Carry On, a hitchhiker's gift guide to travel. And so I made travel tips and I linked all the products that I actually use, pictures of me with them. My husband's gift guide is just a deep dive he did on fiber cereals and which ones are, as my alarm to have a podcast with you. And it's very cute and it's on his Substack and I posted it on my page. So if you want to know more about fiber, which we're all lacking and is very good for you, we know that here on the podcast.
I love Noah.
Kashi episode. He's so wholesome.
He's so himself. He's like, let me help people with fiber. Like, what a good guy.
Well, can I tell you, we went to this dinner last night and it was a really filling dinner and we got back and he was like, I need to publish this article, but I haven't taste tested 2 of the fiber cereals. He's I can't believe I'm pouring bowls of cereal at 9:30 at night to finish the article. Did true research.
Oh yeah. I always think I talk about what he does for a living all the time because I think it's so fascinating. The amount of like science and testing and retesting that goes into what he does. He's a man of science. Yeah.
We always joke on Ask Iliza Anything that all of our listeners have master's degrees or PhDs. And while not all of you do, it is no secret that I have smart listeners who are always looking to better themselves. And that's why I want to tell you guys about Masterclass. With Masterclass, you can learn from the best to become your best. You can learn storytelling and writing from Salman Rushdie. You can improve your dribbling by watching a masterclass from Steph Curry. You could learn about comedy from Kevin Hart. You could even learn about business from Kris Jenner. You can pick any category you could possibly imagine, anything you might want to dabble in or master, and you will find a successful, maybe even a celebrity instructor to tell you how to get better at all the things that you're interested in. With Masterclass, you can learn from the best to become your best with plans starting at just $10 a month, which is a deal to learn from a master. You can get unlimited access to over 200 plus classes taught by the world's best business leaders, writers, chefs, athletes, artists, and so much more. With Masterclass, you get thousands of bite-sized lessons across 13 categories that fit into even the busiest of schedules. You can use this for yourself, or it makes a great gift. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. Head over to masterclass.com/Iliza for the current offer. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/Iliza. Masterclass.com/Iliza. If you are not, let's say, financially literate, it can be hard to talk to your kids about money. I mean, my daughter's only 3.5, but I sometimes lack the lexicon to explain to her what savings are, really how math works. But Acorns Early helps my daughter learn about money management very early. Acorns Early is the money app and debit card that makes it easy to grow kids' smart money habits. Kids' eyes are going to light up when they realize that they're in control of their spending. Acorns Early lets kids learn by doing. They can earn money with the in-app chore tracker, practice real-life budgeting with automatic allowances, and they can even set their own savings goals. You want that doll? You got to work for that doll. And parents get peace of mind because kids can securely manage their own money while you set limits and step in if the card is ever lost. Ready to join the over 1.2 million parents and kids who've unlocked their kids' potential with Acorns Early? Get your free month on us when you head to acornsearly.com/Iliza or download the Acorns Early app. That's 1 month free when you sign up at acornsearly.com/Iliza. Acorns Early is issued by NBKC Bank, member FDIC, pursuant to license by Visa USA. Free trial for new subscribers only. Subscription fee starts from $5 per month unless canceled. Terms apply at acornsearly.com/early terms. You know what no one talks about is how easy it is to sacrifice nutrition for convenience. How many times have you been starving and you just grabbed some junk food because you're like, well, I just need something, at least it has peanuts, right? Or you've eaten just like a bunch of broccoli or raw vegetables and you're like, well, I'm not satisfied. That felt weird. I've been drinking Kachava and I will be honest, I was skeptical because most smoothies that you make yourself have disgusting ingredients, hidden sugars, or honestly just kind of taste like weird space ice cream. What I like about Kachava is it's great for your digestion, right? They've got fiber, probiotics, and enzymes. It supports all-day energy with vitamins and minerals, and it supports my immunity system with vitamin C, zinc, and probiotics. I make Kachava in all different ways. I love the vanilla. Sometimes I put it in a blender with ice. Sometimes I just add cold water. Sometimes I throw a banana in there. I've even added my iced coffee for a little extra kick. A fantastic way to nourish your body is by adding more plant-based protein. And with Kachava, you get 25 grams. And it comes in 6 indulgent flavors: chocolate, my favorite vanilla, chai, matcha, coconut acai, and strawberry. With every 2 scoops of Kachava, you get 85 plus superfoods, nutrients, and plant-based ingredients. No artificial flavors, colors, sweeteners, and doesn't give you that weird science experiment aftertaste. Try Kachava risk-free with their Love It guarantee, and you can check out the thousands of rave reviews online if you love it. Shop now through December 2nd to get 30% off your first purchase of 2 or more bags. Go to Kachava.com and use code Iliza. Valid for new customers. That's 30% off your first order for a limited time at KACHAVA.com. Code Iliza.
And I'll give another shout out. It should be a top of the cob. Years and years ago, I made friends with a woman named Joy the Baker. And this was like, I think I made friends with her on like Tumblr or something. Like this was peak millennial, like 2011. And we like became friends and then kind of fell out of touch. And then she popped back on my Instagram one day and she moved to Texas, bought a house and does like a bakehouse, bed and breakfast. I almost said Airbnb in this like small town of Texas. And I emailed her texted her the other day, DM'd her, Jesus Iliza, that I find her content very soothing. She's always baking something warm for a holiday, an occasion. And it's just very Texas, very sweet. And it's really cool how someone could just like pick up their life and be like, this is what I want to do. And I'm going to go do it. And I've been working at this forever. So Joy the Baker, I find her content very comforting. I don't make anything that she sells, but it's just sometimes it's nice to look at comforting things.
Yeah, I've been watching like 2019 episodes of Nailed It because I'm just like, I was never a bake show person, but I'm like,
you need it.
You guys are all so stupid. I love this.
I've been power decorating my house. Literally, we got home from Thanksgiving dinner and I was like, Randy, I need your Gentile eye to help put up these wreaths.
Randy is your stepdad.
My stepdad, yeah. And he helped me. He's like, now take a step back. An ornament could go here. And so we placed all around the house. Perhaps for the Patreon, I will show different Christmas holiday moments around the house.
Okay. I like that it sounds like you have like animatronics set up in different corners, like you go up and a scene starts.
It's just like, it's a small world. I do have a little Christmas vignette and it's right at the kids' eye level and I won't let them touch it.
That's
like, you can look at the winter penguin, you cannot touch him. Let's get into it.
Hello, big sisters. I have a holiday-themed high-stakes question for you. I am a 26-year-old female from Canada, and I have just found out that I am pregnant. It's so new, I haven't even told my husband yet. I'm excited and terrified. This will be our first baby. My question is, going into December, we have family functions, Christmas parties planned for almost every weekend, not to mention actual Christmas and New Year's. I don't want to tell people I'm pregnant too early, and I feel like just flat out refusing to drink may tip some of my closer family and friends off about the pregnancy. Do you have any tips on how to get through these alcohol-filled events without giving away my secret? Appreciate any thoughts you may have. Love the pod. Love you both, Tanya. I think this is easy.
Well, what were you going to say?
Get yourself a glass of something. Get a Coke. Say it's a rum and coke it. Nurse it. Carry it with you. Nobody's watching to make sure you drink it. They're watching to see if you take it. Go to another room. Make your husband drink the champagne. Take one sip at New Year's. Like, just have it on you. No one's going to ask any questions.
Nobody's going to care.
And I think people that are like, oh, I actually can't drink, want you to know a little bit.
I also think the perfect answer is I'm designated driver.
Oh,
that's it.
Also,
you're Canadian, so they're like, a what?
It's snowy. Tell your husband to get plastered at every party.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty like rural out there, but I'm the designated driver, or I just had one, so I'm pacing myself.
Yeah.
Or that's what this is, and no one's gonna be like, let me sniff it. The less you think about it, the less people are gonna care. They might see you pouring something, and if they say something, you just be like, oh, I just had one. I'm pacing myself, or I'm super hungover from last night.
Yeah. You have a lot of excuses.
It's like saying you're an accountant. No one has follow-up questions.
Yeah. Just saying, no, I can't. Just don't do that and you're good.
By the way, I never drink and I'm just like, I don't feel like drinking. I just say it all the time. And the pregnancy thing is annoying because as a woman, your world revolves around that. Like, are you pregnant? And anytime I have good news, I'll call a friend. I'll be like, guess what? They'll be like, you're pregnant. I'm like, 3 kids in LA? You're either really poor or you're a mega celebrity.
When one of your
in the middle,
when one of your
really
kids is
religious.
so large, you can't have a third.
It's like picking up a tortoise with the arms flailing.
Yeah, you can't have a third.
He weighs more than Sierra. She's not even.
She's gonna have to stop
3.5.
bopping him on the head then soon. He's about to suplex her.
Mm-hmm. Suplex. That's right. That's your answer.
Yeah. But congratulations also.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know if that's a girl or boy.
The most important question.
Running tab. Yeah.
Hey to the most amazing people. Excited to finally submit a question to the incredible Iliza, Baby Arm, Hot Scotty, Smoky Husky, Precious John Food, and the beautiful babies. Okay.
Thank you.
My husband and I have lived in Arkansas for 7 years and have loved every moment of it. This was after living in lame, boring Kansas until we were 25-ish. I like the
Big
Arkansas.
switch.
Yeah. Together as a couple for 7 or so years. Arkansas has been everything. My husband has been in a slump lately, largely due to job struggles, but today came alive with the idea of moving to Utah. Guys.
Real lateral moves here. Okay.
I know. I love the idea.
Utah's great.
Right. But okay. I love the idea.
I don't know much about Arkansas. So
Isn't that where Bill Clinton's from?
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what
Great.
I know.
Let's move on.
But I'm also so happy here with the life we've built in Arkansas and incredibly proud of the job I have. I run a group home for teens in foster care, and it's been such an incredible journey. And we just opened a brand new house with a second coming soon. He is so excited. We've always talked about moving, but I'm conflicted. I'm honestly excited and willing to make the jump and go for it, but I know I'll miss this home so much. We could not have gotten out of Kansas fast enough, but Arkansas, I don't know if I'm ready. He's done a lot of research and feels confident. I've not done as much, but I do love the idea. It's just us and our dog, Holly, a 1-year-old border collie / Aussie mix. There's a picture in the Patreon. Submit your questions with the question.
That's my dog. That's my kind of dog.
I know. He can most likely just transfer his job. I might be able to as well. I'd get to continue doing social work, which is what I love, and transfer my license isn't the most difficult process. Also, tonight we decided to go spend our 4-day weekend Thanksgiving in Salt Lake City so we can visit, feel out the city, be sure we want to move forward. I guess my question is, how do I bring myself to be as excited as he is and feel more willing to make the jump? I have a lot of questions, Iliza.
There's a lot of questions. The other question is like, are we sure he's getting a better job there? Or is it if you don't change yourself, you'll always be with yourself no matter where you go. I'm not trying to be like prophetic about that, but like what is guaranteed to be different there? It's like starting a new project before you finish the other one. So how do you know? What you need is assurance from him that you're going to get there. You're going to do what you need to do. You're going to feel good. And he's not going to be like, you know what? We got to go to South Dakota. That's where it's at.
Yes. Why this
Why
move?
Utah?
Why
to be closer to his other wife that he's not telling you about?
I mean, Utah's gorgeous, but you moved to Arkansas for whatever reason you did. You've set up a group home there. You have jobs. What is this move for? He doesn't like Arkansas. Like, what? How often are you going to move?
What is it? What is his? What you're not telling us is his skill set. I mean, you made it sound like he didn't have a job at the beginning, but you're saying he does have a job. Is he transferring to get a better job, more pay? Because what you don't want to do, you're married, right? Is uproot your life and your career and your successes every 5 years because he like can't get a grip. So I'm not saying he's a bad guy. We need to know why the move. Utah's great. Salt Lake City is awesome. It is so safe. I think Mormons are so lovely. Not everyone there is Mormon. It's just like a nice place.
They have fun sodas, but why move?
They do have fun. Why move? So can you get back to us? Because the reason you're not excited is because you don't know what he's excited about.
And you visited, so let us know how it went. But I just really like again, as Iliza said, I mean, Utah's probably the like nicest of all of them, but these are lateral moves. You're not moving there for the job. It doesn't sound like you're moving there for family. Are you going to move every year? Like that's hard with the kind of job that you have.
And by the way, like kudos to you guys for doing like a reconnaissance mission and going and like getting that info. People don't do that enough. But what you do is not about money. It's about your heart and your soul and your time. And you're putting all this time and you're planting these seeds and you deserve to see them grow. So you can there are people that need social services everywhere. But to be fair to you, you're like, I'd like to see this through. Mm-hmm. So we need to know about that husband, his job, his ambitions, how he's selling you on this, and then we can get back to you. But that's why you're not happy about it. Yeah,
but you do sound very on top of it. I'm just curious. What's up?
Because you'll get tired of it. If he wants to move again, we need to know about him. And we can't answer anymore. Our hands are tied.
Hi, Iliza. Big fan of the pod. Love Noah's cookbook and Sierra's updates. Can't wait for you to come back to Texas. My question is about coping with the decision to go no contact with my dad, especially around the holidays. His behavior has been hurtful for years, and I don't feel ready to speak to him. What's hard is knowing he'll likely retaliate by cutting me out of his trust, which still stings even though I've accepted the consequences. For context, last Thanksgiving, he dropped me at the airport 8 hours early for my flight from Boise with a freshly broken wrist because his wife wanted me out of the Airbnb to clean it up. Jesus. More recently, he accidentally left.
8 hours?
like here with a
And
broken
you
wrist. Where else are you going to go in Boise if you get kicked out of the place you were staying?
You were visiting in Boise. You live in Texas.
Staying in an Airbnb, and the wife's like,
He
get
couldn't
out.
take you for a long lunch and then like
Just
maybe
dropped
get
you
some
with a-
shopping essentials.
Gross. I mean, more recently, he accidentally left a voicemail where he and his wife trashed me. She said I should be cut out of his inheritance. They mocked me for suggesting he retire or take vacations. He's 84 and I live alone in Texas. And part of their conversation included him wrongly claiming I was upset because the rest of the family moved to Boise. The latest conflict came when his wife added me to a group text of about 30 people during his recent hospitalization.
30 people is out of bounds.
There's no way there's that many people close enough that they should be, but whatever.
No one knows 30 people.
No. The constant notifications put my job at risk since I can't have my phone out due to confidentiality rules, and I need it free for safety alerts like fire.
Fucking cat. A hobby? You've been able to tie him up.
I need it free for safety alerts like fire or active shooter warnings. I politely removed myself from the thread, told him his wife could contact me privately with updates. So my question is, how do I make peace with choosing distance for my own well-being while grieving the loss of a relationship and dealing with the emotional fallout? And am I overreacting?
The fact that you are okay with losing what could be thousands and thousands of dollars is an indicator that you do need this break.
Yes, I think that it's very clear that you're not that you're hurt over being cut out is not losing the money, but what that signifies that your dad's willing to do that. So you're not a gold digger, you're not a creepazoid.
It's manipulative because he's like, "Don't you want to get this money?" I don't like the stepmom.
No.
However, I don't like her, but what we don't have here is the context of your relationship prior to any of this. So we're gonna.
We have a little bit of an update. Not an update,
okay.
but extra context.
Is it extra context or is it you not doing your job, Emily?
It's a second email separate from the first one.
How far apart are these things? These people are dying. They need us.
I forgot to add, we don't trust this woman due to...
She's 37. He's 85.
Due to coercing my dad into marriage after only knowing each other for 4 months, and we are sure it is due to his money. Love, Stephanie from New Braunfels, Texas. Stephanie, you just outed yourself in your second email.
We got you, Steph. Listen, the fact that this woman, even without that context, which doesn't actually help, is pushing so hard to cut you out. And I bet you she's doing it with your other siblings, of which I'm assuming there are a few. What I want to know is when the rift started. Did it start when she came along? Did you and your dad always have a hard time? Your dad went to the hospital. Can you say that part again? And you were on a text with 30 people and you asked to be taken off of it. And then what was her reaction?
They just didn't like it. I mean, she just asked to be on a separate thread, and that's one of the things that they're pissed about. So it's the latest conflict. So there wasn't actually, they didn't say, and then she flipped, but it's clear the stepmom likes drama, that she put 30 people on a thread, constant updates. This woman was like, hey, I need to have this phone ready for like a fire or a shooter.
No, I understand that. I guess what I'm missing is any context about your relationship. So let's pretend that you're normal. And this woman's come along and sort of rattled the cages, and your dad's 85 and, you hurt his manhood by being like, why don't you retire? And she's angry. She's like, no, because I need him to make this money. What you're missing is a conversation with just your dad. But you are saying that your dad is enough of a headache that you're willing to cut him out. But I think the other thing that you're missing, regardless of what your relationship was like, maybe it is your fault, maybe it's his fault, it doesn't sound like you're being heard. It sounds like they're putting a lot on you, and it's just you being like, hey guys, like you're just kind of like quietly reacting to these things. I do think it's worth a phone call with your dad or a letter to him, or maybe even it's a visit.
Yeah, wife's going to throw a letter out.
Wife's going to throw a letter out. Maybe it's an email. You are missing direct connection with your dad, where at least if he doesn't agree, you are his blood and you will put like a bug in his ear. And it is your chance to be like, I don't trust your wife. We don't like, men are dumb like that. And they'll be like, what? She's my wife. She takes care of me. And then you might want to ask him, why is she so obsessed with cutting me out of the will if I've truly done nothing? Like, I'm your daughter.
I'm wondering about the other people in the family, because the other family members are in Boise. So, and it
Can you
sounds
talk
like
to them?
You're saying,
Do they all feel that way?
yes, it sounds like at least one other person that they feel that the stepmother coerced him into this marriage.
Mm-hmm.
So you have them on your side. But I think also it's not up to you. Like, if you want to repair this relationship, you can, but you shouldn't feel guilty for cutting out this guy who is not doing right by you and left you at the Boise airport 8 hours early. Like, screw him. Who cares?
Your
about the
issue
holiday?
is you are mistreating me. And I'm sure that there was some of that before the wife and that they've been together for a while. Your
Yeah.
issue is with him. I'm your daughter. You should know better. And I know the way that you're feeling right now because he's probably not going to be able to hear it, but at least you will have expressed yourself.
Mhm.
And he will not, I doubt he'll cut you out of the will unless she A, does some weird like postmortem paperwork, or B, gets him to cut you out. But it is a weird thing. And from her perspective, you're like ungrateful and all these things that we assign children. Maybe you are. I don't know because we don't know enough about you. But you need to talk to your dad. And it actually might be going there this holiday season with the intention of being like, I'm here, I'm showing up, I'm doing my best. And talking to her face. This woman sounds like she's in control of everything. And your dad does the guy thing where he's like, I don't know, the wife's in charge. I have no backbone.
Yeah. I think if you
Don't let
have
him off the hook. Don't let your dad off the hook. Do not blame the stepmom for him not paying attention.
But don't torpedo your holidays. I mean, if you want to
Sure.
go out there and you have other people you want to see, I think that's fine. You don't have to cut yourself out of this just because he's a turd. But also, if you want to go, you know what? I need a year off from all of them in Boise. Stay there.
Or maybe it's just Christmas. I think you need to call your siblings, which we've decided that you have, to be like, does anybody else feel this way? There is a version where you are the problem because we don't have the context. But I think if you do talk to them, maybe you'll find they'll be like, yeah, she really pushes for us to get cut out as well. Or maybe it is such a substantial amount of money that you being cut out would provide an extra several $100,000 to her. So I need to know your father's finances. I need to know his
Yeah.
routing number.
It's so funny because I think of like, it almost is like a blessing if you have a shitty family and a family member has nothing to leave you. Because what are you going to fight about? You know, like there's nothing there.
Right. I mean, sure. So can you give us an update?
What are you leaving me, Eliza? Am I in your will? Me and the cats?
Big fat pile.
No,
of
you
nothing.
know I'm
I'd
going to
give you
die
presents.
before you.
Probably within the coming year.
Within the year.
That would be so horrible because I'd have to go to your funeral. It would just be me and George.
My parents would be there too.
No, they won't be invited.
They're not invited to this funeral that
I'm
you're
having a
having.
separate
You have a-
Jewish service for you.
You have a fake funeral just to see if I know anyone, if anyone shows up
I'm burying you in a Jewish cemetery. There's nothing you can do about it.
near you.
No.
No, I want to
different
be
state.
burned.
I want to find one in Arkansas.
Gorgeous Arkansas.
We need more context about your dad. But I think when you take breaks from people, I think a lot of times, and I don't know when this became like self-help corner, and I want to talk about that too. In fact, I'm going to jot that down here on my notepad. I think when people take breaks, I think what you really have to ask yourself is, am I taking a break hoping to hurt them, that my absence will hurt them? Or is this because I actually just need to be done? So my advice to you as someone who fully understands what you're talking about, make sure you're taking the break to make yourself feel good and you are not doing it hoping, what is the expression? Like hurting yourself, hoping that someone else feels the pain.
So
Make sure it's
yeah.
that. Because if there's something in you that needs to be expressed or said, then I think you should do that. Even if you've already expressed it before, if it's still in you, you still feel like you need to voice it and you need to honor that. Because you'll know when you're done with someone. There's like an emptiness in you. You're just kind of like after you poop a lot, you're like, I'm done. I'm empty. That's how it feels to actually just not want to communicate. You're like, I don't feel the urge. I don't feel bad. And sadly, the longer you go without communicating, like the easier it becomes. And that's scary. But that's my advice to you.
I think that is such a good point because I think, you know, as a kid, when you go to like run away, you're not, you're like, I want to be found. Someone better come looking for me. There better be a search
upset.
party. I'm in my room crying. Someone better hear me. That's very different than actually doing it to
That's
say,
right.
can I be okay without this person in my life?
That's like people online that like post a picture of them in the hospital or like, you guys, I'm okay. When you're actually dealing with some bullshit, you don't post about it. Like you're
Yes.
broken. And
Yes.
so my fear for you is that you do this hoping your daddy's going to come running after his little girl. And the only person that wins is that stepmom who's like, great, she's gone.
Right.
You don't care.
Because you've removed yourself and you also haven't gotten any kind of closure or settlement of this.
Or cash.
Or cash.
I need a structured settlement and I need cash now. 877 cash now. Okay.
God, commercials were so good.
I do want to talk about the self-help thing. Maybe that will be my bottom of the cup. You know what? I'll draw an arrow. I just did that. Self-help bottom.
This is very official.
I know in the Ask Eliza Anything universe, we have fans who are fans of sci-fi, fantasy, gaming, and more. And that's why I'm telling you guys specifically about Comic-Con, The Cruise. Sailing from January 30th through February 3rd in 2026 on board Celebrity Constellation from Tampa, Florida to Nassau, Bahamas. Comic-Con The Cruise is the ultimate fan adventure. Learn more and see the full 2026 lineup, including host Felicia Day and a slew of talent celebrating fantasy, sci-fi, gaming, and more. This cruise is a place to fully be yourself, whether you're a superhero, a super fan, or just enjoying all the vibes. Everyone fits in here. It's more than a convention. You can meet and interact with fan favorite talent, enjoy intimate experiences you won't find anywhere else, and skip the endless lines found at conventions because you are VIP on this cruise. Your vacation and fandom in one place. Food, accommodation, panels, entertainment, and bonus, Caribbean sunshine. It's all included, so you can just show up, have fun, and find your people. Head to comicconthecruise.com/alive to book your cabin. And don't forget, use code ALIVE for $250 off per cabin on new reservations. This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. You know I'm going to talk about therapy. But let's get specific about you this holiday season. You know, we talk a lot about family on Ask Eliza Anything, and we talk about what a pain in the butt family can be. And a lot of your questions are about traditions, right? We always go to my mom's house. We never go to my dad's house. They always want us to visit and bring our 6 kids and stay in a barn. Now is the time to reflect on what tradition means to you and maybe make some new traditions that work for you, like committing to taking a walk every day or perfecting a hot chocolate recipe. Whatever traditions you are creating, incorporating therapy can ensure that you make time for yourself during what can be a very joyful but sometimes hectic or lonely time of year. I love therapy, and if I could give anyone a gift this holiday season, it would be the gift of mental clarity and self-help. I would give you therapy, and that is what you get with BetterHelp. BetterHelp therapists work according to a strict code of conduct, and they are fully licensed in the U.S. BetterHelp cares about matching you with the right therapist for you. And with over 30,000 therapists, BetterHelp is one of the world's largest online therapy platforms, having served over 5 million people globally. And as I always say, the best part is you can do it all from the comfort of your own home, because you do not need to be driving across town in that holiday traffic. This December, start a new tradition by taking care of you. Our listeners get 10% off at betterhelp.com/Eliza. That's betterhelp.com/Eliza. Holiday sales are the time to splurge because you want to give the best to the ones that you love the most, right? But don't splurge on just anything. You want products that make a real difference in your life, in the life of your loved ones. And honestly, you want to give a gift that someone's going to have for a long time. Ideally, something that they use a lot. You want people to think of you when they're in bed. Ever since I discovered Boll and Branch, I have loved gifting these delicious sheets, their waffle blankets, their lovely towels. Their bedding is so cozy. It's so luxurious. It's so comfortable. Their signature sheets are made with the perfect balance of softness and breathability for your best sleep, for your family's best sleep, for your friends' best sleep. Boll and Branch's best sale of the year is now happening with 25% off site-wide. So get your hands on some of their signature sheets that are 100% organic cotton. All Boll and Branch bedding, from blankets and throws to pillows and duvets, are made with exceptional quality and durability. And it's all on sale now. My cousin just moved in her first apartment, and I was like, it's time you slept like an adult. Here you go. And I got it for her in dusty rose because it's feminine and it goes with everything. Give yourself and your loved ones the most extraordinary feeling sleep with 25% off site-wide, plus free shipping and extended returns during Boll and Branch's best sale of the year. Shop now at bollandbranch.com/Eliza with code Eliza. That's Boll and Branch, BOLLAND, branch.com/Eliza. Code Eliza for 25% off. Exclusions apply.
Okay, we have an I want it all. The drama. Please don't press a button with your body, Rizzoli. I want it all.
Speaking of pressing a button with your body, Scott, hit that button.
I wanted all the drama. I wanted all the drama. Trigger warning? ? So we'll decide. Hi, Eliza, Emily, and the squad of Too Many to Name. Love you all, but this is a lengthy question, so let's move along. I'm
Let's do it.
let's go. I'm a longtime
Get
fan
outta
since
here.
War Paint. I was lucky enough to meet you and Hunter in Milwaukee in 2023 and then came to Chicago the next day as well with my mom. If you remember the tree frog I made you, my cool snake pants, or the crazy joke my hot friend made, bonus points, but I don't expect you to, LOL.
If there's a picture of the tree frog, I might remember it. It might be in here in this room.
I love this person's life story that they're like, these are the things: tree frog, snake pants, hot friend. I think this issue requires the big sister I never had compared to the big sister I do have. Technically, it's complicated, which is the crux of my question.
Cute, we are big sister.
We are big sister.
With the holidays coming up, family tension is front of mind for me, particularly an ongoing conflict with my sibling. Disclaimer, some of this will be above your pay grade. I do have a therapist who is so far proving to be fairly competent, so I'm okay, LOL. But she is not skilled in hot takes the way you are. And Q Emily, I want all the drama. Can you imagine if a therapist was like, I give hot takes? And you're like, I'm having this problem. She's like, well, your mom's a bitch. Boom.
Sounds like your mom's a bitch. Boom. Hot take. Billable hours. She's like, I do my sessions in 15-second sessions.
Yes, one hot take.
And they're $300 a piece.
I will stay anonymous just in case. I'm a 26 female who was born with an older brother, currently 28, 1.5 years older than me. Unfortunately, my brother molested me when we were young.
Oy.
And it took me a while to realize the impact, partially due to how it was swept under the rug by my mom. My parents divorced prior to these events, and I learned later that she never informed my dad. Thickening the plot, accusations have been made by 2 of my friends who slept over at my house in my tween years, as well as by a child who witnessed it against his younger sister years later. This was reported and investigated by police without my knowledge, as I was in college on the East Coast at the time. My mom handled the original incidents by sending my sibling to therapy, but I don't know any details on that. Eventually, with my own therapy, I realized I had to address this to my dad, which is how I found out he never knew.
Oy.
He was very empathetic and supportive, and he shared that not only had he been victim of similar, more extreme to be frank, abuse by his older brother as a child, but also opened up about this ongoing investigation against my sibling, who was accused by a 5-year-old boy of inappropriately touching his 2-year-old sister. Long story short, nothing happened with the case. The accusation alone did cause irreparable harm to this family. For example, a grandmother missing the birth of her 3rd grandchild. So this is the family that was assaulted. They are slowly regaining a relationship, but it will never be the same. Or maybe it's our family. I don't know. My sibling came out a trans woman during all of these events that were happening without my knowledge at the time.
God.
Yeah.
So okay.
I initially supported her because I'm an avid LGBTQIA plus community supporter.
Yeah,
but I don't
this person is a
respect
child
this person.
molester.
Right. Who cares what they are?
Why would you support this person at all?
Right.
Okay, fine. You don't need to be an ally like that. Somebody molested you.
Yeah.
You don't need to support any part of their journey in anything, no matter what they are doing.
You're
or
horrible,
becoming.
but I really do respect your pronouns.
You have PTSD from being told you need to be an ally, even if it's detrimental to you. Go on.
I don't give a fuck about pronouns for this sibling, but that causes a lot of cognitive dissonance for me, especially when common small talk conversation can frequently lead to the topic of siblings, and I'm forced to either conceal or reveal the whole truth or a partial truth that leaves me feeling quite vulnerable, to say the least. I have confronted my sibling, and I hate to say I do think this person is guilty based on response to my kiss. Yeah, no shit.
It doesn't matter. The person's guilty. Multiple people, this person has been able to terrorize multiple people throughout their life.
Yeah.
And now what you're basically saying is like, because they're trans, like, we're just going to like kind of move on from that. Like, no, you have to take that assumes that people who are on a sexual spectrum don't need to be culpable for their actions.
Right.
That's crazy.
Yet I have to interact at family gatherings such as Thanksgiving and Christmas, which is so fucking insane that they have this sibling there. Am I the asshole for not respecting my sibling being transgender? Hold on, Eliza, or am I the asshole for not totally blocking this person out of my life forever in solidarity with victims? Is it fucked up for me to wish he was not in the picture or to refuse respecting her pronouns? Should I go no contact? I don't know. The questions abound, but that's a starting point. I just don't really know how to move forward with this person in my life who's caused such destruction to the people I love. My father is an exception to the secrecy around this situation, and we discuss this often enough. As the grandmother of the aforementioned 2-year-old victim, now 4 is his longtime girlfriend. I love her dearly. It is a great conflict for him and her, perhaps greater than mine. I am supposed...
Pause. Your dad's girlfriend has a daughter who was molested.
The granddaughter was molested
by your
the
dad's
brother.
son.
Yes.
And this person has not been cut out.
And
like
nothing
this person
happened.
will be, and the mom has to like see this person. Are you fucking kidding me?
So I'm supposed to go on a trip over Christmas with my dad and sibling to visit my grandma, aunt, and uncle who have zero knowledge of this whole situation. So maybe that's the real big question is how do I do that? Do I have the right to not allow my sibling to join? Sorry, that was heavy. I'll be honored if you choose to read this on the pod. Thank you. Okay. I think number one, Eliza, we need to, this sibling being trans has nothing to do with anything. Cut that out of the question.
Yeah. And before we really get going, just it's not in the background here. But like we're cool here.
Oh, that's why.
I got a big old gay flag behind me.
That's why we're removing this person being trans has nothing to do with this question, what you should do, or anything else.
Nothing to do with
Nothing. It's like if they said I'm actually changing my last name or I'm going by Cher now. Or
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Skip that. Your sibling has molested multiple people.
Has molested you. Has torn apart multiple families, and they are, for some reason, being allowed to still exist. This person makes you uncomfortable. This person has broken you in ways that you did not realize until you were older. This person you guys are all doing backflips to make sure that this person, and maybe you're a family that doesn't talk about a ton of stuff, but gets to just like live their life, and they then get the pleasure of charging you with being transphobic if you say anything. You do not have to respect, honor, talk to this person. You don't have to make friends with this person. You also, I'm just going to say this based on a lot of the language you use, you are carrying way too much.
Yes.
You don't owe fucking anything to anyone.
To even, you know what? Honestly, you would be doing more of a service to your allyship of trans people by not talking to this person. You don't give this person a pass because they're trans. That's actually offensive to trans people.
That's like saying a trans person doesn't know better.
Because it has nothing to do with their identity. Yeah, correct. Right. This is a severely mentally deranged, unwell, whatever person.
Who will do it again. Who will keep doing it, and I guarantee has done it to more people than you're aware of.
Yes. Do not spend time with them. If your dad's like, spend time with them. Me and sibling are visiting grandma. Guess what, question asker? You're visiting grandma at another point. Go hang out with your dad's girlfriend who has been dealing with the fallout of this while she's home alone. Go hang out with her. Go hang out with people who understand.
This person is a cancer.
Yeah.
And you're having to keep them around. I'm shocked that your dad, who maybe like, does he even, I'm shocked that your dad, who's also a victim of this type of crime, wants to hang out with this person. They can go get lunch or something. Like, I'm sorry that you're the only person that my brother didn't molest, Dad. Yeah. You don't owe them anything.
No.
You do not have to make any more space for them. And I'm sorry that society has beaten into you that you're a bad person unless you show allyship by breaking your own neck. That is bullshit. That's not how anybody wants an ally. Anyone that does want that was never actually after allyship.
And this is the problem. It is allyship to keep this person out of your life, to not associate with them, because by associating with them, you are telling other people in your circle that they are a safe person. You're done with this person.
You're done. They can't come.
They can't come.
He cannot come. She cannot come to this holiday. Not welcome. And if the grandparents and the other sibling, they don't understand, well, then they can take it up with them. This person should have to explain to people, I molested someone. They should be embarrassed.
Yeah.
And all that you've done is made it easier for them. Are there going to be kids?
Yeah.
At this fucking meetup with your grandma or whatever?
And cousins and whoever else. Yeah. Who else is going to be there? I mean,
how dare your father
not
allow this person around?
When you've gone to him, I mean, I could only imagine you thought for all this time your dad knew and didn't help you. You find out that he didn't know, but he's still spending time with your sister. Like, I wonder.
You got to draw a line. You got to draw a line. You got to go to the mat on this.
I can't imagine your child committing, when your child commits a horrific crime. I can't imagine.
I'll tell you what I would do. I'll tell you what I would fucking do, because I've done stuff like this before.
Yeah.
I would write an email. Everybody gets CC'd. Not the people who don't know. I don't know if you need to go that way, but you just say, I'm drawing a line in the sand, and whatever this person's name is, whatever the trans brother's name is.
Yeah.
Because of what you have done, molesting me, this person, it doesn't matter if the allegations haven't been proven. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not a court. They don't have to be innocent until proven guilty. It's enough that this happened and happened to multiple people.
You.
And you just write, whether it happened to anyone else or not, it happened to me. You know it. I know it. You are not. I am putting my foot down. You are not welcome at family events. And I encourage everyone to join me in banning you.
And
that's it.
This person having their own struggle, again, is not a get out of jail free card. I mean, it's like people who bully, were bullied. Okay, that doesn't mean they can bully. Like, this person is clearly has a lot going on in their head, and that is not anything to do with you. Guess what? You're not there. You're not the shoulder they're going to lean on through their new journey. You're not.
This person needs to be cut out because this person is a dangerous person who has not sought out any help. And you don't know that
your parents aren't making them get, I mean, they saw a therapist when, like,
a therapist, cool.
A therapist at some point, you don't know what happened. How about jail? Like, how about jail? And again, this has nothing to do with being trans. Separate these two issues in your mind. You will not be around your sibling. And when people ask about siblings, say, yeah, I have
a brother. That's it.
Or I have a sibling and we don't talk.
Oh, I have a trans sibling. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Yeah, I have a sibling.
No one's ever, any friend of mine that's like, yeah, I have a sister in Des Moines. I've never been like, I need to know everything. Like, who cares? You got a sister, you got a brother. I have a friend yesterday who was like, I didn't even know you had a brother. I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. There's no follow-up questions for the most part in life. Nobody cares if you have a drink at the party and you're not drinking. Nobody cares if you have a relative we're not talking to.
Yeah.
You need to go to the mat on this and you need to blow it wide open because what's happening here is that this brother, your trans sister, whatever, thinks that they are just kind of getting out of jail free. Their journey is the most important one. They probably don't know that you all know each other and know about what they do. So they're kind of living in this ignorant bliss.
Yeah.
If I were you, I would go to the mat on this and I would for sure not allow them. And if you can, if they still insist on hanging out, then you're just going to have to find somewhere else to go because you cannot be around this person and their bullshit.
And honestly, I wonder, I would bet you, and you know, I would bet you don't have other trans people in your life because I think if you talk to a trans friend, they would say, fuck that person.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to be there for them through this. Like, it just,
you got to stop. You said other things about like allyship. You got to take care of yourself.
Yes. This is not being a bad ally.
All right, we're done yelling at you.
But
hopefully we've given you strength to have the rubber meet the road here.
I mean, to be fair, that was all the drama.
I'm good till the new year.
Yeah.
Light a cigarette.
We'll do one more before Cobb's.
And fuck your dad.
Fuck your dad, who's like, oh, we're just all going to go on a vacation together. Like, no.
Well, don't they say that people who have been molested are like more likely to be molested? So in a weird way, like this happened to your dad and he's now allowing himself to be around someone who's not going to molest him, but like is of that persuasion, we'll say. Like it's, and your dad's like, this is my son. I'm trying to be an ally. No. Your kid's a fucking pariah.
We hate them. Next. Hi. I have just listened to the latest episode. You got me there. That's the name of the episode. Your top of the cob was making new friends later in life. It made me wonder what I am doing wrong. I am 39, nearly 40, March 2026. Okay. I mean, we're a little ways away. We got a quarter of the year.
Don't let society say that you're 40 already.
Female, married, one son. I work from home and I have one friend. We met in primary school, so 35-ish years ago. She's more like family. In my 20s and 30s, I had more, but over time, some have drifted, some I've gotten rid of. The drifted ones I realize now were my fault. I just became fed up of chasing and organizing, meeting up. If I could,
that's not your fault.
Yeah. If I could go back, I would carry on being the organizer, as I now realize that is just the role some people play. I do think that's also true, though. Like, it's not your fault, but also, yes, some people just organize. The ones I cut were the hardest as they were my main 5 friends for 10 plus years. I won't go into details, but after a lot of tears and back and forth, I decided to block and stop all communication. I often wonder if I'm the issue, as none of the friends I cut off or drifted from have tried to reach out and reconnect. I know it was the right thing to do and thought I would get new friends. It's now 5 years later. I don't have any new friends. How do I make new ones? I chat to mums at my son's school and he has play dates with a few. However, I would not call them friends. One mom in particular is so nice. I would love to be good friends with her, but she's already really social and clearly has lots of friends and is so busy all the time. How do I become friends without coming across as desperate? I've thought about reaching out to some mums, but I wouldn't know where to start without feeling like a weirdo. I am English, to give context. Yeah, you say
We can
mom.
tell.
So by default, I'm too polite, not outspoken, don't want to offend, stiff upper lip and whatnot. Christmas always feels the hardest time as I see so many people going out, Christmas meals or parties, and I feel left out. My school friend has lots of friends and her diary is already full for Christmas. So I don't even have her to go out with. I'm seeing her in the new year instead. I really value your thoughts. Thank you for reading. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. You can use my name. If anyone recognizes me, they might reach out. Joanna in Kent, England. Joanna.
Wait, are you married?
Married with a kid.
Joanna.
So you already got a husband.
Well, no, but I'm just saying like we invite other couples from our kids' school out all the time.
Make the ask.
You just make the ask. And it's prescient that this was asked now because we went out to dinner last night with a couple that I don't know. My husband sort of knew. I'd met them, but I didn't know them. And then when I got the woman's number at the end of the night, I realized that I had texted her before. I was like, oh, we've texted. She's like, yeah. And I was like, whatever. But it was very sweet because like for some of the dinner, I'm like, talking to this woman and I'm like, how do I kind of get to know her? I can't really tell, whatever. And then at the end, she was like, we moved here in 2020. I haven't really made any friends. It's really hard. And I was kind of talking about all the moms that I'm friends with, that I made friends with in Sierra's class when we were all like new parents together. And I was like, it is hard. And we talked about inflection points. Like you might meet new parents in the kindergarten class because you all have new kids together. You might new parents first day of school, like inflection points. And she said that and I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And I was like, why don't you just come to our holiday party? Because all the moms are super nice.
Yeah.
And she was like, thank you so much. Whether or not she comes, I don't know. It is hard to make friends, but I have found, at least in my child's school, like it is very easy. You want nothing from them. You don't even know if you like them. You have a husband. Those people probably have partners. Simply say, hey, we've got this really fun reservation. Pick a couple and be like, we'd love to come out. Make a reservation for 4.
Yeah.
Somewhere fabulous.
Yeah.
And be like, we'd love to invite you out. Go through the Rolodex. It's so normal to do that. You also could have a holiday party.
Yeah.
We're having a holiday party this year. And full disclosure, I was going through the people we invited. You're not invited.
I want your spreads.
No.
Are so good. You have such
I cannot. I'm going to tell you know what? That's going to be my top of the cup. I'm going to tell you about the spread. Oh, you're going to lose your fucking mind. People are afraid to ask people to be their friends because they're afraid of being rejected. Yeah. And you're a little intimidated by the woman that has all of these friends, but it will cost her nothing. And I bet she would, if you're not a weirdo, to loop you in with the group.
Yeah.
Have a party. And what I was saying was, hold on. I was looking at our guest list for our party this year. Most of these people are new friends. We've known for like a year or two. We don't see a ton, but they're all parents of the kids and we like them enough. Mm-hmm. I definitely have thrown enough parties where I've stopped inviting people who never come and never respond. Mm-hmm. And then you have your like 4 like really close friends that maybe don't have kids or do, but they're always invited. It's all new people. Mm-hmm. Get in there, start asking these people out to like fun dinners, have people over, pick a friend, ask your daughter or your son, who's your favorite person in class, and ask that mom over, be like, I'm going to do a little fun holiday coffee with 2 other moms. Would you like to come? Set it up. Invite them over and see if you even like them.
You're out of practice doing the ask because you stopped being the organizer. Put on that organizer hat for a little bit longer. I don't even think you have to do a party, but ask this woman to hang out. I promise you, no other woman thinks that is weird. It is, no one is going to be like, desperate. She wants a friend. Like,
not at all.
You sound so lovely. I love that you were like, yeah, say my name because maybe someone will hear this and be like, oh, Joanna listens to the pod too. Let's become friends. Like you're putting yourself out there already.
Yeah.
Say, hey, you seem really cool. Do you want to grab a coffee? Like I'm trying to make more mom friends.
I'm trying to make more mom friends. There's not a woman alive who wouldn't be like, oh my God, that's great. Why don't you come to our thing? It's always a little tricky to like introduce new women to a group, but like she's vouching for you. It seems like you're cool. Yeah. Or have 2 moms over for coffee one morning. Yeah. Our kids can play. I made some breakfast things, whatever.
Yeah.
Just invite people.
Yeah.
I don't know if your school is like ours. We have a WhatsApp group for the kids in the class. So anytime parents need something, you could just write something. Simply either create a party, create a little moment, or say to her, like, I'm trying to make new mom friends. How do you do it? Or just something. And she'll be like, oh my God, why don't you join this committee? Why don't you join this PTA?
Yeah,
why don't you join this?
tapped in. And
Invite
she's
people
not
over.
your end all be all. There are other mums. You are so good. You just have to make the ask. And once you do, I think you're going to be really pleasantly surprised. You're probably you might go out with her and be like, this one's a dud, move on, find a new one. But you got to ask.
That's the beauty of a couple's dinner. You got a husband, pick a night you're going to go out, invite a couple.
Yeah.
That's it. Everybody wants to go to dinner with someone fun. Do it.
We're trying this new restaurant. Do you guys?
Noah will do that. He'll be like, there's this really hard reservation. Let's just grab it and then we'll find a couple.
Yeah.
And that's a great excuse. Be like, we got this amazing reservation. We're looking for another couple. Do you guys want to go?
Do you swing?
My son mentioned he liked your son. Do you swing? Do you guys want to fuck? Get out there and just do it.
After a big meal.
Get in there.
Yeah, you're so good. This is such a lovely letter. You're fine.
A lovely letter. All right.
Top of the cup.
It's the top of the cob. You're doing it right every day. You just take a bite. Top of the cob.
Starting with
Felt
bottom.
it. Okay. I'm just going to start with my bottom because it's just more of a concept than a concrete thing. I'm just going to start with it.
Okay.
This weird turning point where women think that they need to become self-help gurus. Because it always kind of ends in weirdness.
Yeah.
You're a psychologist, I want to hear you say, but like there is this thing about like the podification of therapy where it's like you're just a normal person and all of a sudden you're like, and I wrote a self-help book and here's how women can do better because I know that I'm doing the best. Like, girl, you're a badass and you should just fucking know it. And then you start marketing stuff and then you start writing affirmations. And most people do not have the training to actually have the follow through to spiritually guide someone else. We all have little pieces of a puzzle. And I always want to make sure that my podcast never falls into that because I do not want to be anyone's guru. And I can lead by example, but also like, I don't have the answers. I have bad thoughts all the time. Well, it's just this thing that tends to happen with women where it's like, and I want women coming to me to like learn how to be spiritually better and get through it. And it's like, this thing of just so like, all you're trying to do is sell a bunch of shit.
You're safe from that accusation because I'm here too. And I'm not a sycophant. So.
But you are a fan.
I was fan first. I was a fan first. And
walk into that room, fan first. First. All right. Your bottom.
My bottom is the cat's food. And I know it's about cats, but this is actually Iliza. No, hold on. One of the cans had like a little schmutz on it. So I put it aside. Like, I'll do that last. I'll do that one last because I got to clean it. I opened it. Something had gone awry. Clearly there was a hole, air got in. It was gray slush and the smell, I had to run it out to my outdoor trash can. I reached out to the manufacturer with all the details. Like, you need to look into this. I mean, it was so foul. It was so disgusting. I almost threw up. I was like, oh, it was so.
Just the air got to it?
I think it had some kind of hole or something or dent, and there was some sickness that was unleashed. I have never in my life seen or smelled anything like it. And a little bit spilled out. The cats are trying to lick it. I'm like, no, like as though it's toxic waste, because it basically was. It's outside in my trash can. I was so aghast to have that happen. They're like, we'll send you some coupons. I'm like, okay.
How about free food?
Yeah. Send me a pallet. It was disgusting. It was horrible. Fan bottom.
What happened to you?
It was be vigilant. My bottom of the cob for your consideration is
you don't have to be vigilant. When something smells that bad, like you'll find it. Vigilance has nothing to do with it. Okay.
My bottom of the cob for your consideration is brought to you by TikTok. This is from a fan, not me. There are specific posts starting out with a woman, quote, discovering her husband or boyfriend is cheating on her with the camera facing her. She's sobbing uncontrollably, and he's done something terrible, like transferred the deed to the house to his parents out from under her. You then look at the comments. Full of sympathetic people giving advice or saying that's illegal. And then inevitably she reveals how she found out, and it's cheatbuster.ai that revealed he was on Tinder. It's an undisclosed ad from companies that make multiple videos preying on people's fears who lack media literacy with decent acting, and it annoys me watching companies do this until their account gets flagged enough and they just make another account. I love good marketing, but this is trash. rad. This
Yeah.
media literacy is so crucial. Never
Yeah.
been more crucial.
Especially with the ubiquity of AI, people are watching
Yes.
things and you think it's real because it looks so real and they just can't tell that it's fake. The answer is question everything. And I think AI is the absolute devil. I think it is going to be used for more harm than good. And it gets people like your parents, and it gets people who, I say dumb people, but people where humans are trusting creatures.
Yes.
And especially when you see other humans crying, you're like, oh, that human is crying, not realizing that you would not film yourself crying to find your husband cheating.
Yeah. Any front-facing crying video, I'm automatically suspicious
Well,
of.
also like filmmaking 101, like look at the perspective. If you were about to discover something that was a surprise, chances are the camera wouldn't have already been on you. When they show videos of like a baby about to fall down the stairs and a dog grabs them, I'm like, why was there a camera there? Why were you letting that baby get that close? Oh, you just happened to be filming this random thing. It's not like dash cam footage where like a deer runs across a road. So always remember, what is the perspective? Is that likely? Why? And the camera was on this person. Oh, and you just caught your husband cheating?
Yeah.
Or something crazy happening. The camera was already on this one part of the pool when this random moose fell in. Like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay, top of the cob.
I'll go last.
Okay, fan top of the cob. This is a follow-up. My previous bottom of the cob was being taken to court over a medical bill that the office incorrectly billed to insurance. Well, I came with receipts and the whole thing was dismissed. I'm in the clear. Yes.
Until
How
the paperwork for
satisfying.
putting you in the clear gets held up. Like, so unfortunately, the clearing
They
paperwork.
charge you for that.
We were unable to. That's my impression of any medical billing system in LA starts with, so unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
My top of the cob is leftovers. The one time of year we like leftovers. No other time of the year. The rest of the time you're like, leftovers, barf. But I'm like,
Barf.
old
Love leftover
stuffing.
Chinese.
Well, it's Chinese. I mean, things you cook yourself. You're not like, I made this 3 days ago and I'm pumped to reheat it again, except for Thanksgiving where every microwaved morsel is a treat.
Wouldn't know, had Chinese and it was not that great. Really cold orange chicken, but I ate it anyway.
Why was it so cold? You were there at the restaurant.
It was leftovers in the fridge.
The leftovers. Okay. Oh God,
It was
cold
really
Chinese
breaded.
is so good.
It was basically like eating a funnel cake with orange sauce on it, and it was not. I wasn't proud
Which
of
is
it.
better, cold pizza or cold Chinese?
Cold Chinese. Cold Chinese. Hot pizza is always better.
Cold lo mein is so good.
It's a testament to how great pizza is that even cold, you're like, okay,
but it is
but
better hot. You're right.
I'm
Melted
happy to eat
cheese.
salt as long as it's there.
Mm.
My top of the cob is this,
Yeah.
and I have one image to share.
Oh,
My top of the cob. We're having a holiday party.
yes.
And if you're listening to this and you're my friend and you didn't get your invite, I don't know what to tell you.
The people who listen to this better be invited. If you listen to this and you reach out, it is good for one invitation.
You can't come. You can't come. I'm looking for the pictures to show you. Oh, maybe that should be my top of the cob. You know what? Can I make the top of the cob a video? Does Patreon support video?
Nah. Well, we can post it as its own post, but you can't put it in the comments. But I can post it Wednesday.
I don't know if it should be something my brother did. Okay, you know what? We'll save the tablescape. Maybe you can remind me for the next one.
Okay.
My top of the cob is I am having a holiday party and I wanted to buy specific things that I need for it. So I went to Goodwill
Mm-hmm.
to scoop up some used things because I was like, I'm not going to use these things and I'm probably just going to donate them back to Goodwill when I'm done.
I didn't think about that, but they have a lot of like tableware and stuff at a Goodwill.
Yeah, I got like crystal like serving platters and like I needed a specific motif.
Yeah.
So I just scooped up some stuff from there. I was like, why not?
Great.
The theme is a very sexy Christmas, so it's going to be dark, a lot of maroon colors. And we can get into that. Basically, I went there with my brother who was visiting, and then I was like, let's go to Home Goods. I don't even know why. I think he suggested it, and I was like, okay, that's always fun to
He
make a
can't
video.
go alone as a man, so he's like, I need a woman to take me to Home Goods.
Or maybe I don't know why we went, but basically he saw a rack of tree skirts,
Mm-hmm.
which is ridiculous. I guess you don't want to see the bottom of a tree, but like they are like embroidered,
Yeah.
velvety, whatever. It's not something I know a ton about. I just know what a tree skirt is. My brother was convinced that they were not tree skirts and that they were like kind of like those capes that altar boys wear and that like you see like little angels wearing. He would not be told. I was like, you think that goes around your neck? He's like, yeah. I was like, so you think at a store that clearly does not sell clothes that they just decided to have a rack of really heavy, long. He goes, yeah, it's to go around your neck. And I made a whole video of this man
wearing
trying these on, indignant. He was like, it goes around your neck and then you go caroling. And he would not believe me that these were tree skirts. And he was so serious.
I like this other side, though, that you guys are like, I know what Christians must do. They put on a heavy shawl and they come to our doors.
It was so heavy and huge. And it's not that I know it. I just have, it's fair that like some people wouldn't really know what a tree skirt is. If
Did
you've,
it
like, never
have
had a Christmas tree.
armholes?
No, because it's a cape.
But
Capes don't have armholes.
But a
They just
cape
kinda
isn't
go over
perfectly round. A cape has a longer part and a shorter part.
I'm going to post the video.
Are you allowed to post a video?
Yeah. I'm going to do it. He's going to be so funny. It was so funny because there was no part of him that was like, okay, maybe. He was like, no, your head goes through here. And I was like, so they wouldn't have it open already? He's like, no, you got to untie it. Your head goes through there and then you wear this cape on Christmas.
You know
So I'm
what?
going to post the video.
I need to find my parents' tree skirt and put it on and see if that's my new look.
My prediction is the new trend is people wearing Christmas skirts as capes and acting like it's fashion. You watch.
And then your brother's going to be like, see, I was right.
I'll post the full. I'll give you the full. It was totally from Whoville, and you got that too.
That's what his
It was
song.
from the
Yeah.
Grinch. Yeah. Which is his only Christmas context is the Grinch.
It should be the only one. Cartoon or Jim Carrey?
Definitely Jim Carrey. Okay. Thanks for listening to the pod. You can see me this Friday at the Yamava Casino in Highland, California. It's just a little bit outside LA. And then you'll see me at Harrah's just outside San Diego, just past Temecula this Sunday as the tour heads toward wrapping up because I will be in Reno and San Jose the following weekend. And thus concludes not only this year's tour, but my tour for a long time as I'm going to take a much needed break.